Hello and welcome to this Learn to Draw video tutorial, and today what we're doing is drawing a kawaii watermelon, and this is a nice easy shape to create. We're going to start by drawing a curve, so I'm just going to draw a really shallow sort of curve. That will be the edge of the watermelon. Then I'm going to mark a point up here, which is the point where I want the watermelon tip to go. So I'm just going to draw up to this point, round it off a little bit, and then just come back down. Now you can turn your paper around if you need to, so that you're pulling towards you or pushing away, depending on how it works best for you. Next we're going to draw another couple of lines here, so I'm just going to follow this original line around a little bit. And then I'm going to do it again, but this time much closer. Then we're going to add the eyes for the watermelon, and because this is a kawaii shape, it's going to have nice big eyes. So I'm going to draw a couple of same size circles, fairly large and well spread apart. And in here, they're going to be second set of circles. So here's one circle, and there's going to be one attached to that. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, and they're going to be in the same place on the eye, so it doesn't look like our kawaii character is cross-eyed. And then we're going to do the mouth, and the mouth is going to be a sort of smile shape with little ends on it. But I'm going to give my kawaii character a tongue, so I'm going to draw down and across here to create a cute tongue, and I'll just do the middle line for the tongue as well. I'm going to color in the eyes just to finish them off. I'm going to color in the areas that are not these circles. Turn the paper around if you need to, and just be careful that you're not smudging it with your hand as you work. If you do think you're going to smudge it with your hand, just put a piece of paper between your hand and the artwork so that it protects it. And now we can finish off, if we like, with some lines. And the way I do my lines is I just make one in the middle, and then I'll halve this area because it's pretty easy to see where half goes. And I'll do another piece in here and another slice in here. This is just for the edge of the watermelon, which, if we're going to color it later on, is a good idea to put in these lines because that gives you the place to color. And then I'm just going to double up these lines, so just to one side of each of these lines I'm going to put another line. And then we'll finish off with the pips for our watermelon. So I'm going to draw one pip here. It's just like a little sort of teardrop, if you like. And here's another one, and let's do a third one. And these again are going to be colored in black. Making sure that you turn your paper around if you need to make sure that you're not putting your hand over something that's still wet. So there is our completed kawaii watermelon drawing. Now I thought it might be fun to color in this, so I'm just going to test some colors on the edge of my sheet of paper just to see what I want to use. Now I'm using Prismacolor markers. They're nice juicy markers, so I think that's a good color for my watermelon, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm looking for some greens. That's pretty pale. That's very dark. So I'm thinking these two colors. So I'm going to start with the green, and I'm going to use this as my darkest color. And you can use any kind of markers that you like, but if you're working on fairly absorbent paper, then you'll want nice big juicy markers. So that color is Spearmint from the Prismacolor marker collection. This next color is Mint Cream, and we're going to use that for the little bits in the middle here. And this color here is Carmine Red, and we're going to use that for the rest of the watermelon. When I'm coloring, I like to do the edges first, so I make sure that I've got as good at edges as I can, and then I'll go in and do the rest. And because the black is so heavy, we can go over the black, but you will want to make sure that if you're doing that, that your black is very dry. It's permanent sort of ink, because if it's not permanent ink, then it's going to bleed. And I'm using the Stabilo Worker pen as my black, and it seems to be pretty good. Once it's dry, it doesn't bleed very much at all. But still, I wouldn't want to soak these areas that are black in red ink, because there might be a chance that they would bleed, but just being a bit careful around them. I'm just going to use a pale pink for the tongue here. Now at this point you can see that it's bled through my page quite a bit, so before we have a look at the final result, let's just put it with some heavy paper behind it. And there is our Kawaii watermelon, and it's been coloured. I hope that you've enjoyed this video tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video tutorial, and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be alerted when new videos are released. As always, there are step-by-steps for all of these projects over at learntodraw.today.